It's been a great week getting to share with you these beginning somatic spaces, holding out possibilities of taking a longer breath, of touching quiet moments, of acknowledging thoughts and emotions and their corresponding sensations within our bodies, of moving our bodies with intention or practicing stillness and acknowledging what comes up through each invitation. Acquainting yourself with yourself and your physical body, your mental body, your emotions, perhaps with a larger growing sense of self. Before we step into today's 1 hour offering, what I wanted you to do is, whether you're, roll out your mats or find your place where you're going to participate in this experience, and sit or stand or lay down. Touching somatic spaces or yoga therapeutic spaces was so transformational in my life. I was a person who, because of situations and circumstances that crossed the terrain of my family of origin and of me as a kid and a young adult, I did not inhabit my body as well, or I just didn't even know how to be embodied or how to inhabit my body. And I didn't live as intentionally as I wish now I had. But being in these present moments and being the woman that I am today, and being able to, with intention, inhabit my body with these skills or strategies or tools of somatic movement and moments, being able to more regulate stress or anxiety, or whatever situation or circumstance I'm walking through in life. That is the why of what I do. That is why I invite you to the mat or to the ground to move and to breathe, because I know these strategies are so transformational and equipping us as human beings, as individuals, to be able to feel more grounded and centered in a more regular way in our day-to-day lives, whether we're taking time to do a movement-based set of offerings, or we are driving in traffic and need some patience to be able to take that longer breath, to be able to notice our bodies in space, feel our sit bones in the chair, the soles of our feet underneath us, and the ground underneath the soles of our feet. Wherever you are, in whatever walk of life, be it boardroom, be it taking a walk in the woods, be it supermarket shopping, be it preparing dinner or driving somewhere, these strategies and these skills are so fundamental to living a more embodied, intentional life. And so it's been such a privilege to be able to join with you this week and offer 5 minute and then 10 minute and 20 minute and half an hour opportunities for you to explore, right? Discover and explore what it feels like within your own body to take a longer breath, what it feels like in your own person to be acquainting yourself with yourself as you are and how you are, to hear the words that you are a person, and in your personhood you inhabit a body, and inhabiting a body you take up space. Learning how to expand into that space and not play small is the journey of a lifetime for all of us. And so being invited into, what does that stance of not playing small feel like in your body in this moment or in the moments to come? and knowing that that invitation and possibility is held out for you. All right. It's a lot of words. I wanted to just offer you my heart and my hope in offering these beginning somatic spaces is that you grab a hold of some of these strategies, be it breath or present moment awareness, or acknowledging of sensations through movement and through being still, whatever space you've more gravitated to. Some clients who love to start a somatic session with movement and they want to be moving like this. And then they can find their more settled spaces. And I have people that I work with that just want the quiet. And even if their mind sounds noisy and there's lots of emotions, they like and gravitate to those practices of body scan or silence or stillness. And perhaps you're more like me and I love a mixing of the two, and I've seen the strength of both of them. And so today, really just want to offer you the opportunity. We've started our times together in quiet and stillness, and we've started our times together in movement. And so as I conclude with my introduction, my offer is for you to check in with your body. Check in this moment. What does your body need or want? Don't know? That's okay. Make an intentional choice. Are you going to start the practice standing? Are you going to lay down? Are you going to sit on the ground or in a chair? This is your body. This is your practice. I remember when I first heard those words in yoga class, they were revolutionary because nobody had ever really said it's my body. Nobody had ever held out space for me to learn how to listen to that intuition or even to my sense of self that's forming and becoming, and to trust it. So what do you need in this moment as we step into this space? Take a moment. Are you standing? Are you sitting in a chair? Are you sitting on the ground? Are you laying down on your back body or your front body? And just breathe and notice. Do you want to take a moment of this stillness and this quietness to enter in? Do you want to start moving your body, moving neck and head and arms and hands, and bringing movement, lifting feet up off the ground? Take a few more moments checking in with yourself, situating yourself as you want and how you want, whether that be stillness or movement. And breathe. And as you take these first few moments, see if an intention for this time that we're going to share together comes forward. Something to help guide your practice, guide yourself through the next 50 minutes. Is being present to yourself as you can be and how you can be. Breathing and moving, or breathing and being still. Occupying this space where there's no right or wrong way to do it. You're just learning how to be present to yourself in this moment. And that might feel all sorts of edgy in and of itself. An invitation and permission to move or not move. to listen to your body and see, does neck and head want to move? Do arms? What's happening now for you? Make a couple more breath cycles, be it sitting or laying down in stillness or moving. Next 2 to 3 cycles of breath, the invitation is to come to your feet. Find a stance of standing. I want you to extend your arms all the way out. Just make some big circles to make sure that you can have space, that your arms aren't going to be hitting a wall or a piece of furniture or something in your way. And listen, as I move into a more directed movement and breath practice, if you want to lay on your mat, if you want to sit in contemplation, whatever is happening for you, I want you to trust that and listen to that space. And if you want to join in at any point with the movement, feel free. All right, bring your feet about hips distance apart, if not even a little wider. Extend your arms out all the way to the sides. Imagine being in an oversized sweatshirt. Just begin to move, swinging body from left to right, right to left. And just bring movement into that space. Imagining being in an oversized sweatshirt and just swinging body. And the invitation is to move here, to bring your body into a faster pace, to bring breath into a more intentional, faster pace. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth with the sound of ha. And move and breathe. And as you swing your body from side to side, perhaps even bringing some intention now, extending arms all the way out, fingertips outstretched, and then swinging your arms back in front of you. And inhale and bring your arms out, and exhale, falling out, breath, swing them back in. And so you're moving your body in and out, and in and out, or swinging your body from side to side. Another option is to begin to swing your arms up and down. And as you come down, bringing your whole body, whatever that looks like for you, into that space of down, whether you come into a squat or whatever that looks like. Just move and breathe. And so whether you're swaying or going out and in or up and down, bringing movement into your body, into your breath. And perhaps in that up and down movement, you are going from squat to full body stretch, and squat to full body stretch, standing. Again, just noticing that space and that movement and that breath. And continue with that breath and movement, whether it be one of those offerings or just moving your body. Maybe you begin to bring your legs into a marching movement. Whatever it feels like for you, we're going to take a couple more moments of a faster pace of breathing and moving. Arms moving, body moving, breath moving. Just taking that time. Move and breathe. Move and breathe. Just letting your body, however it moves, whatever breath happens, just giving yourself space. Perhaps you make it even faster, even bigger. What would that look like? As you move and breathe, picking up that pace. Perhaps it's running in place or whatever you choose. Just bring a faster pace of movement to your body, to your breath, to this moment. And in the next couple of breath cycles, the invitation is to move towards stillness, towards a standing pose of Tadasana, mountain pose. What is that? That's standing. Standing in space with your feet a little wider than hips distance apart. Arms are to the side, palms are open, facing forward. Arms are stretched out, fingertips reaching for the floor, shoulders rounded down your back and lift through the top of your head. And just stand here and allow stillness. And perhaps an intention comes now. Notice sensation or lack of sensation in your body. Notice arms and legs, torso, neck, and head. And be present to this moment as you can be and how you can be. And just begin to move neck and head as you breathe, as you situate yourself in space. Maybe you do a circle with neck and head going in one direction and then pausing and going in the other. Maybe you bring chin to shoulder, cross heart center, and bring it chin to other shoulder. Or perhaps you might do ear to shoulder, come back through center and ear to shoulder. Again, just acknowledging you, your body, your breath. What range of motion do you have accessible to you as you move your neck? And breathe and notice. Then bringing the focus to your shoulders, begin to do some circles with your shoulders, moving them forward and then circling around, or moving them backwards and circling them forwards. Perhaps you bring the palms of your hands to your shoulders and bring your elbows as the guide for the circle. Maybe you extend your arms wide out and do big arm circles here. Noticing the pace of movement that you want to touch, be it fast or slow or anywhere in between. But bringing your breath and movement to that space, moving shoulders and arms, be opening and closing the palms of your hands. And then in the next couple of breath cycles, bringing the palms of your hands towards your hips, keeping that stance of your feet being a little wider than hips distance apart. And just bringing some circular motion to your torso and to your lower body, bringing your whole body into this circling motion, hands on hips or arms out to the sides, that you're circling your hips. And how are your legs getting into it? How is your torso into it? How wide to the right are you going to go? How wide to the left are you going to move? How close to center do you want to stay? And again, just checking in with yourself as you move and as you breathe, being present to yourself as you can be and how you can be, bringing movement and breath into this space, into this invitation of circular motion. Noticing the soles of your feet underneath you and the ground underneath the soles of your feet. Moving and breathing. And again, in the next couple of breath cycles, bringing your body back into stillness. Take a big breath in through your nose and a falling out breath from your mouth. Shake off your arms, shake off your body, whatever it looks like. Shaking arms, neck, head, body, front body, upper body, lower body. And take a moment and then come back to stillness. Breathe as you stand, as you're present to yourself as you can be and how you can be. Notice breath. Notice your body from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Check in with sensation. Check in with what's happening now. And as you do, roll your shoulders down your back, extend your arms out to the sides. Inhale, arms come up, palms meet overhead. Reach, lift, and lengthen those fingertips as if they could touch the ceiling. And then exhale, swan dive down into forward fold. If you're seated, make those accommodations for yourself. You can roll your shoulders down your back, extend your arms out to the side, inhaling, arms come up, palms meet overhead, lift and lengthen. If your palms don't meet, that's okay. Just taking this practice of movement and these verbal cues as invitations of how one can move your body. If you're in a forward fold, just hang. Let neck, head, torso hang here. And breathe and notice. Maybe you make your stance a little wider. Maybe you bring a bend to your knees if you need to. If you want to, you can bring the palms of your hands to opposite elbows and sway gently from side to side here. And just notice movement and breath in your body here in this moment. Release your arms, hang and forward fold, and then very slowly, with intention, bring your body back up into a stance of standing. Roll your shoulders down your back, extend your arms out to the sides, palms are open wide. Maybe even take a moment to feel them very wide. Exaggerate that stretch in the palms of your hands. Move your fingers and your thumb. Breathe in through your nose, falling out breath. Stand here. Notice. Gonna do that again. Roll your shoulders down your back, extend your arms out to the sides. Inhale, arms come up, palms meet overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, half arch, bring the palms of your hands to your shins. Flat back, bring your heart and your head lifting up. Notice what it's like to lift up your gaze, to lift up, to lift your heart up. Notice that space of acceptance or resistance. And then exhale back into a forward fold. Plant the palms of your hands in front of you and step back. And so you're in a posture of downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the mat. So you're like tabletop, knees under hips, palms of your hands and wrists under shoulders. And just stay here for a moment. Notice the spaces of you now that are closer to the ground. Notice that movement. Take a breath here. And perhaps you move your spine in such a way as cat and cow postures. Maybe you move from side to side, bringing your hips to the left or to the right. Do some barrel rolls here. Take a few moments here in this posture. Maybe you want to extend an arm and a leg. And if you're seated, you can extend an arm and a leg too, maybe doing opposites. If right arm is extended, then extend left leg. And if left arm is extended, perhaps extend right leg. Just notice, how does your body want to move here? You do not have to have a familiarity with any kind of movement practice, be it Pilates or yoga, whatever. This is an invitation for you to recognize, how does your body want to move here? What pace do you want to move? Does right arm extended and left leg extended? Does elbow and knee meet? You go back and forth at a faster pace? Or do you find a stiller space here? And maybe even move into a child's pose where hips come to heels and chest comes to thighs, and your arms are either alongside your body or reaching out in front. Just notice, how do you want to inhabit space as we come closer to the ground? Or if you're seated and you're staying seated, how do you want to inhabit space as the verbal cues offer different opportunities? What opportunities match your experience and your capacity? What does your body want to do here and now? How does it want to move? Breathe and move and practice awareness. What is happening now here in this space? If you're doing a floor practice and you haven't already moved into child's pose, from tabletop, bringing your hips to your heels, your chest to your thighs, your forehead to the floor. Your arms can be alongside your body or reaching out in front of you. And take a moment here. Notice the places where your body touches, where chests touch thighs, where hips touch heels, where there's space and air, where there's movement or stillness, where there's reaching with the arms or just dropping deep into this space and into this posture. Take a moment here and breathe. Revisit your intention if you set one. We're about halfway through our practice together in this hour. Notice what's happening now. Take a falling out breath or a longer breath. Take a couple more cycles of breathing. Move your body here in the space or be still. And in the next few breath cycles, the invitation is going to be to roll your body up so you're sitting on your heels and bring your hips to one side. Sweep your legs out around in front of you and come into easy pose or staff pose. Easy pose is where you're sitting with your legs crisscrossed, and staff pose is when your legs are straight out in front of you. Feet can be flexed, shoulders round your back and lift through the top of your head, bringing intentionality. And again, perhaps more of you is touching solid ground. Notice the fabric of your clothing upon your person. Notice the temperature of the room that you're in upon your skin. And just take a moment here. Notice these transitions when we go from standing to a more table-like posture, to a kneeling posture, to a sitting space. Notice how your body, your being, receive the verbal cues. Notice how you want to breathe and move and check in with your body. Neck, head, shoulders, arms. Now that you're sitting, if you haven't already been sitting, if you started this practice from a stance of standing, just take a moment and notice your sit bones on the ground. Palms of your hands on your knees. Roll your shoulders down your back body and lift through the top of your head. And breathe. Extend your arms out to the sides. Inhale, arms come up, palms meet overhead. Lift and lengthen here, reach. Notice that stretch along your side body. Inhale, and as you exhale, left hand comes to right knee, right hand kickstands. Inhale, lift through the top of your head, and exhale. Take a twist here towards your right side. Notice your back body. I work a lot with traumatic brain injury. And so, in this space, if you have neck issues or spine issues, just you listening to your body is what this practice is all about. And so, as you take this twist, you want to make it deeper. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, deepen the twist. And hold. Noticing sensation or the lack of sensation in your body. Feel left side, feel right side, and notice. Inhale, and as you exhale, come back to center. Palms of your hands are on your knees. Roll your shoulders down your back body. Inhale and lift through the top of your head. Extend your arms out to the sides. Inhale, arms come up, palms meet overhead, lift and lengthen. Really reach here and hold. And as you exhale, right hand comes to left knee, left hand kickstands. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, enter the twist on this side. And check in with your body. Does this side feel different? Is something different sensation, different experience here in this space? Take a moment to just breathe and deepen this twist, however you want to move. Breathing in and breathing out, noticing your sit bones, noticing yourself in space. Being present to yourself as you are and how you are here and now. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come back to center. Palms of your hands to your knees. Roll your shoulders down your back body and lift through the top of your head. Take a breath cycle here. Extend those arms out to the sides one more time. Inhale, arms come up, palms meet overhead. Again, paying attention to your range of motion, doing what you can do as you can do it, listening to your body. Interlace those fingers, release index finger, and begin to tick-tock back and forth from side to side. Again, taking your space here, deciding the pacing here for you. Lifting and lengthening and going left and going right. Perhaps you pause and take a significant side stretch to one side. Maybe you use, if you're leaning towards the right, maybe you kickstand that arm and really reach across your body. Just notice how you want to take the stretches here. You can keep hands clasped. You can release the hand down to kickstand to take a longer stretch. What that looks like could be kickstand and hold the palm of left hand flat out by your hip as right arm reaches over to the left. Notice where neck and head are. If you want to bring your gaze to the ceiling, to the horizon, or down at the floor. Moving your body, moving your arms, keeping your arms lifted. Doing each side the motion that you want here and now. Don't know what to do or how to move those arms? Are you still clasping fingers and aren't sure of the directions? That's okay too. Just notice that dependence on a verbal cue and check in with your arms. Check in with the palms of your hands and your body and the sensations. And what stretch do you want to do here and now? Breathe. In the next couple of breath cycles, we're all going to join back into stillness. Palms of our hands on our knees. Shoulders rounded down our back. Lifting through the top of our head. Gonna do one more set of exercises in a seated stance, and then we're gonna move into a lying down posture. Just giving you a heads up of where the verbal cues are going and checking in with your body. So rolling those shoulders down your back body, extending your arms out to the sides. Inhale, lift those arms, palms meet overhead. Interlace those fingers, release index finger, lift and lengthen up towards the ceiling, and then exhale over to the right side. Bringing those fingertips to that place where the wall and the ceiling meet. Being able to still breathe here, we're going to talk about edge, noticing the edge of a stretch. And so as you're reaching and lengthening, find that edge where the stretch and the sensation of the stretch is registering upon your person, but you can still catch that breath and inhale and exhale freely. And lengthen and hold that edge. Not too much, but not too little. Really engage your body here in this stretch. Inhale back to center, but keep those arms lifted. Keep those fingertips reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, go to the same side. And this time, go beyond the edge. And notice that. And it's okay if your body shakes a little. Just find that place beyond the edge where that stretch is a little challenging. And hold. Inhale and exhale. Back to center. Keep those arms lifted. Keep them lifted. Keep those fingertips pointing to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale. Do less than edge. Find edge, that place of not too much and not too little, and then do too little. And notice how that feels in your body, keeping your arms extended. Noticing less than edge. Inhale, lift and lengthen those arms. We're going to be releasing them soon. Reach, 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 reach those fingertips towards the ceiling. Keep that inhalation going, and then exhale. Falling out breath. Release those arms to your sides. Perhaps you shake them off. Shake them around. And just notice your body here. Notice your breath here. Take a moment. Check in with yourself. We're going to go do the other side now. Roll those shoulders down your back. Extend your arms out to the sides. Inhale. Arms come up. Palms meet overhead. Interlace those fingers. Release index finger and head over to the other side. Find your edge here. Notice that where edge is on one side isn't necessarily where it is on the other. And continue that lengthening of your arms and that stretch along your side body as fingertips reach to that point where the wall and the ceiling meet. And hold it. Find edge and hold. When you're ready, inhale, back up to center. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, back to the same side. Go beyond edge here. Find that stretch that is just that little bit more challenging. Again, it's okay if your body shakes. It's good for your nervous system. Find that place beyond edge. Notice and then come back to center. Keeping your arms lifted and lengthened, fingertips reaching for the ceiling. Inhale here, and as you exhale, again, this next time, do less than edge. Do less than you can. And notice the challenge there. What's more challenging, to do more, to do less, to do just enough? Just take a breath here as you do less than edge. Stay in this space. Come back to center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. and hold. And when you're ready to bring your arms back down, you can shake them out. Take a moment. Take a few breath cycles here. Being present to yourself as you are and how you are here and now. And however you want within the next couple of breath cycles, bring your body to a stance of laying down on your back body. Perhaps you bring the soles of your feet out in front of you. And slowly bring your back body down to the mat, down to the floor. Maybe you're already there laying down. If you're in a chair, because that's where you need to be, just find a situation in your body that can lean into the chair ever so much more, just a little bit more, a lot more, just leaning into the chair, using the structure of that space to support your body. Or if you're laying down, allowing the ground to hold your body. All of us take a falling out breath here. Breathe in and out. Notice the solid surface underneath you. Notice the space you inhabit. Perhaps revisiting your intention as we come towards the last 15 minutes of our practice together. Take a moment here, reflecting on the spaces you've inhabited, the movements you've taken, the breath you've lengthened and occupied. Check in with mental body and emotional body. Check in with your physical body and the energy of you and the wisdom of you. Just being present to yourself in this moment as you can be and how you can be, whatever that looks like and means for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Noticing the solid surfaces underneath you. Noticing the fabric of your clothing upon your person. Engaging your senses here. Perhaps there are sounds or the temperature of the room, the felt experience of the temperature of the room here. Just give yourself a moment in this space. And as you're laying down, bring the soles of your feet to the mat width apart or beyond hips distance apart. Bring your arms out to a T, palms down. And begin to move your knees back and forth like windshield wipers. And take that stretch in your lower body. And bring that movement. And perhaps as your knees fall to the left, you linger there. Or as they fall to the right, you linger there. If your knees are to the right, bring your gaze over left shoulder. If your knees are to the left, bring your gaze over right shoulder. Just notice that stretch and that sensation in your person. And breathe and notice. You might want to bring your knees to your chest. However you are in this space, there's an invitation for movement. Starting from a laying down posture. On your back, how does your body want to move? How does your body want to experience this space? What's happening now? Again, don't know or can't feel your way into movement or posture or breath. Bring yourself into a body scan and just begin to focus in and bring awareness to the top of your head and scan down left side or right side, front body or back body. Maybe you just gently open and close your palms of your hands or point and flex your feet. In the next couple of breath cycles, we're all going to come back to stillness in a fully laying down posture. Arms out to the sides, palms open to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Make your way into a still laying down posture on your back. With your next breath, inhale, arms come up and lay them back down behind you. As we did a full body stretch standing, now you're going to do a full body stretch laying down. Whether you push through your heels or you point through your toes, take an inhale, push through those heels or point through those toes, reach through your fingertips. Full body stretch here, holding breath and holding body till you let go with a falling out breath. And do a couple cycles of full body stretch, holding the breath, listening to your breath and body upon release, and releasing breath and body with the exhale and the sound of ha coming out of the breath as you release into the exhale and let your body go. And do a couple more stretches. When it feels complete for you, bring your arms back alongside your side body, palms facing the ceiling. Falling out breath here, breathe here. Notice if you need any additional support, such as a towel or something underneath your neck or lower back. Any extra supports. We're just going to let our body find this space. Maybe you need to wiggle a little bit, get movement out. But however you arrive, bringing your body into stillness here. Into quiet. Noticing if it feels quiet. Noticing if mental body is busy or emotional body is busy or energy body is busy. And just invite yourself and give yourself permission to release your breath and your body just into this space. Perhaps a falling out breath can be a helpful strategy here. And just letting your body find its own natural rhythm of breath and being in this posture of laying down, feeling the ground underneath your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, the backs of your hands, your back. Letting your breath have its own natural rhythm. Noticing the backs of your legs, buttocks, backs of your knees, calves, the backs of your heels, and maybe your feet flop out to the left and to the right. Noticing any space in your body that you're still holding on, and that's okay. And perhaps invite it and give it permission, even if just 1 or 2 more percent to release and let go to the ground. Just giving yourself permission to have this room, to have this space from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And just being here and now. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to shift, change, or alter. Just being present to this moment as you can be, how you can be. Letting breath flow in and letting it flow out. letting thoughts come in and thoughts go out. In this moment, just being here now. Begin to add some gentle movement back into your body with an intentional breath. Just taking that natural rhythm of breathing and bringing it into a space of intention, making it longer, lengthening that breath, breathing in and breathing out. Perhaps you hold it as we practiced earlier this week, holding the inhalation at the top of the breath or the exhalation at the bottom of the breath. If you weren't here for that practice, inhale all the way up, bringing the breath up into your body, inhaling, and then hold at the top of the breath before releasing breath into the exhale. And as you release into the exhale, all the way to the bottom of the breath, noticing that space, the bottom of the breath before taking your next inhale. And take a couple cycles of breath like that. Just being present to this moment, this space, this breath, this sensation. Being present to your body, here and now. And as you lengthen your breath, perhaps there's other small movements to bring into your body, bringing chin to right shoulder, across heart center, and then to left shoulder, pointing and flexing. The soles of your feet are opening and closing the palms of your hands, doing some circles with your wrists. And when you're ready, bringing your body to the right side, unless you're pregnant, and then just bring your body to the left side. Just let yourself rest here for a few moments before bringing your body into a seated stance. But as you take these shifts away from the posture of laying down into a side posture, into a seated posture, just remain in a reflective space, in a quieted space as you can and how you can. Then the next couple of breath cycles, bringing your body into a seated stance of easy pose. Palms of your hands can be open up towards the ceiling or onto your knees and holding onto your knees. Roll your shoulders down your back, lift through the top of your head. You can close your eyes or you can leave them open. If your choice is to leave them open, the invitation is to create a soft drishti down the bridge of your nose, looking about 3 feet in front of you. And take a few breath cycles here. Begin to reflect. Begin to reflect on all the movement, the spaces you've inhabited, the intention you set, and its journey through your practice. Being present to yourself here in this moment, looking down at the practice that you've taken almost an hour with, like a bird's eye view, reflecting on the moments that you occupied, the spaces you were intentional with, answering the question, what's happening now for you? What do you notice? What stands out to you as important? And take some breath here. As you hold what stood out to you. Notice if there's an offering of an action out of this space. Perhaps it's to journal. Perhaps there was a movement or practice of intentionality that really landed upon your person. And you want to practice being more intentional with your body and your breath. Perhaps you touched frustration because the verbal cues weren't as specific as you wanted. And what lessons does that teach you? And what do you want to learn from that? And is there a journaling space there? Maybe you really enjoyed these moments or part of them and you're like, oh, I want to do that again. And then so perhaps put a schedule, time in your schedule, whether it be 5 minutes or 10, 20 minutes or half an hour, a full hour practice, making room for yourself, for your body, for breath, for presence, for listening, for learning and growing in discernment and trusting yourself. And so whatever it is that you recognize or reflect upon or stands out to you, take a moment with it. Be present to it. Roll your shoulders down your back. Extend your arms out to the sides. Inhale, arms come up, palms meet overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. The light in me honors, recognizes, and utterly delights in the light and dignity of humanity that reverberates in and through you. Thank you so much for joining me this hour in this practice. I'd love to hear from you and your sharing on what this practice was like for you. And if you would like to some private time together in a somatic therapeutic environment, you can go to my website to ldmiller.com and schedule a session. I'm only doing virtual sessions right now, but there is a fall 2023 discount on an intake session where they're normally $225. There's $100 off. So just taking that $100 off and sign up for a private session if you'd like. Or just take these sessions that we've done together this week and practice them. Wherever your journey takes you, my hope, my heart, my intention is that you learn how to take a longer breath, and that in learning how to take a longer breath, you extend your moments of choice and your capacity to be present in the moment, regardless of what situations and circumstances are crossing the trains of your life, that you learn how to inhabit your body more intentionally and live a more embodied life. That is my hope, my heart, and my intention for creating these offerings. And so in these beginning somatic spaces, I just bless you in your journey and look forward to seeing you in other spaces in the future.